are some things you can't control. Like a sudden rise in the Texan air temperature. An unexpected raindrop in Shanghai. Or the competition's new upgraded front wing. Yes, there are some things out of your control, but being the best shouldn't be one of them. Like getting in that extra lap by perfectly timing your pit stop. Having your rival on your tail, but you've chosen a defensive driver. Or conserving your power unit to make that last lap overtake. Whatever the challenge, make the call.
It's time to go racing once more. Welcome to the Challenger difficulty. We are still at the opening round here of the free-to-play account. So, I hope everybody is doing well. If you was here earlier on in the stream when we took on the Champions difficulty with the main account, then welcome back. If you weren't there earlier on, then welcome to the evening stream, of course, as well. So I hope everybody is doing good. Make sure to let me know down in the chat how you have got on today so far. Is it looking like you're going to get through, or does it look like it's going to be close? Let me know. Welcome to Fox on Twitch, Akash, Mateo, Cool Paleb. We've got Harry, Aggressive Tadpole, Nathan, Kiru, J1 Live. Welcome everybody. Welcome Nathan. Hopefully we're going to have a good round because the free-to-play, as you know, always stands a chance. Jetto, welcome. Welcome to see you, buddy. You know it's a good stream when Jetto joins as well. So we're going to cross over into our game. And we're going to have a look how we are set. So here we are currently in P61. P61 for the free-to-play account. But there's not too many above us, as you can see. 58, 59 and 60. There's only 3 players, but some heavy scoring. Maximum points is what we are up against. Now, in qualifying, if you didn't see the stream earlier on in the week, we scored 199 points. That is what we ended up with, and it was at one race at Baku, I think it was, where we dropped a point. So we're going to be trying to give this a go. Watching the stream, I never. Nice, Jetto. Nice. Well, hopefully you're enjoying that, of course. And welcome, Roberta. Yep, welcome as well. 2 seconds, chat, because my robot vacuum is doing its nutting. Worryingly, the robot vacuum has started itself. Not good round, made a mistake on race 4, wrong driver. Ah, no, 397 in challenge. Going to be hard without DRS? You know it. It's going to be very difficult. So let's have a look at the top of the group so far. This is what we are going to be up against. Box, welcome. Welcome into the stream. Right. Paul, welcome. Welcome, Paul Hine. This is what we're up against then. 399. There is one player in currently a full scoring position. -1 point. So that's what we've got to be trying to get today. Let's have a look. And they are looking for their first win as well. So this is going to be difficult. You've seen on Thursday how hard it was to score well on this account. And we're going to find how well it is today. So let's get into this. It is the opening round of the free-to-play account. And remember, this free-to-play account has a P1 contender. So we're just here to try and collect some boosts as well. So let's try and get ready then. What can you do in Baku to bear? It's quite hard, Raphael, that. It's just depends who we get. We dropped points to somebody with 30-something more speed, didn't we? In the week. That is the problem. Now we need a speed setup. And that is our speed setup. Yes, we are missing the power of Exhale. There's quite a lot of them still do play Jetto. There's a few that have dropped off like each year, but then ones that drop off usually get replaced by a new name that's out there. So there is still a lot of people playing. It's still tough out there as well. So we're not going to be using Exhale. That is our speed setup. And we're going to have to as well. I can't use any liveries because we don't have liveries on this. We've got McLaren and Apex. That's literally it on this account. Welcome, Lennart, as well, over on Twitch. Welcome to everybody joining us ready for this. Now, we have got drivers. It's got to be Hamilton. And for overtaking, it's got to be the man himself as well, of Bearman and Hamilton combination. So that is what we're going to be running in race number 1. We've got to take the sponsor task. That is absolutely key. So we'll get ready to race. Make sure to have a guess in the chat how many points we are going to score. Race number 1, it is using the bonus points of 3. So it's going to be 50 points. Mapat, thank you for hitting subscribe as well. Welcome to the Las Vegas race number 1. We did score points well here in the week. Bearman and Hamilton are going to be our drivers, and we're going to be hoping for the very best. So if you're joining us for the first time, with every single race that we play, we want you to get involved with how many points you think we are about to score. So remember, it all comes down to that dreaded matchmaking as well. That is the key, because if someone's got 30 more speed, we are probably going to be missing out on points. But let's see what we can do. School boost, we've got over 100 of it. We'll probably be using that. And here we go, straight with a real player matchup. Here we go. This could be painful. If they've got DRS, we might be in trouble. But we've got to try. We've got to try. Let's see what to happen. Welcome to everybody joining us. If they have got DRS, we are going to be in trouble because they will have a lot more speed. Bearman and Hamilton, we've both got the same drivers. But we are going to be going to school because we've got 109 of the boost. So mediums are on the rocket ships. Let's see what we can do here on the free-to-play. The rival has gone for Eclipse and Eternal Flame, but Bearman on the soft tyres. That's an interesting choice. That's a very interesting choice. And we get away well then. It is P1 and P3. We're going to go into straight away a little bit of conserving down the straight. But I think the rival might struggle to do free soft. That's probably a Bearman with about 58 tyre management. He's got to be trying the two-stop there, surely. So that's going to be very, very interesting. We'll keep an eye on that one. And we'll try and hunt down the rival. But we'll see. If they've got DRS, we generally might struggle. That is going to be the key. So Hamilton conserving all the time down the straight. We've got the obviously other rival to catch up as well, which is there in P3. And he's still pushing. Does the rival get DRS? If they do, we're in trouble. They don't. So they are on the sponsor task, chat. They are on the sponsor task. And we close in on the rival. We need a little bit of luck in our lives. Can the rival do free softs? I don't think they can. Welcome if you're just joining us. I'd be surprised with about... I mean, I don't know. Maybe they can. I just don't think they can. I'm pretty sure we can't get free softs. Can we get back up the inside? Yes, we can. Conserve again. Right behind the rival. We're just continuing to conserve. Continuing to look after all of our power unit, because that's what's going to be beneficial later on. As we come through now, surely the rival's not going for an extra lap here. They've surely got to box. And they do. And that is massive, because a two-stop around this circuit is not the go-to. So I'm going to push now with Bearman to get Bearman out the way. And now we're going to focus on Hamilton. Now, we've got similar... Well, we've got a bit more power unit than the rival. But I think that rival's in trouble with the two-stop. That is not the way to go around here. The pit time is far too long. So we're going to just keep on conserving. Let the rival keep on pushing. Let Bearman create a gap so we don't double stack. And then we've got to focus up on the second half of this race to try and catch. He's pushing all the time. Where is Bearman? He's coming into the pits now. We are faster, I think, down the straight. So now, we come out the final few corners. We are not far behind, but a lot better power unit, as you can see. So into the pits we come, and we actually close up the gap in the pit lane. And Bearman is already on his way out. Come on, team. Good stop needed. Whoa, look at the gap. We've closed the gap through the pits. The team with a fantastic pit time. And we now can close the gap a little bit. So here we go. Our first big race of the day. And it all comes down to a lap behind for Hamilton. Hamilton needs to try and catch P4. P2 is not going to be a problem. Thank you, Jesus. And can we now make a move? Yes, we can. Hamilton moves into P3, which is a net P2 in this race. But I am just going to take it easy with the power unit. If I can get to around 100% power unit with 1 lap remaining, I have got a full push available. That is the main thing. So Hamilton just needs to perform like he's doing. And he's doing it well. Lap 5, Rival back in the pits on the 2-stop. Not working. It is not a 2-stop circuit. Hasn't watched the strategy guide, bless him. And we're going to keep on. Rival is saving power unit as well by the look of it. So we're just going to try and watch out for that. Because I reckon he might stay for 100% power lap as well. You're Aldaxa. Nice, Aldaxa. Welcome in, mate. Welcome in. So, let's see. This is going to be interesting. Who blinks first? Who blinks first in this race? Because he's going to wait for 100% power unit, surely, before attacking. I'm going to try and gain 100% down this straight. And I think now we can probably push. We'll just conserve again. I think I'm happy to conserve there. Rival's now got 100% power unit. But I think that should be good enough to push. So here we go. It is the final lap. Bearman is clear. Rival is now pushing as well. But it's can we keep them behind? That is key. We're both going to be literally neck and neck all the time here. This is basically down to who's got the better boost. And you can see the Rival is closing. So is the power of the boost really helping the Rival? Because they closed massively then, but we come out of the corner nicely. We've still got to push all the way down the straight because we might as well use it all. We've got enough power unit to last. I think we might hold on, but Bearman is going to get in the way. And we survive Bearman's attack. And Bearman's going to win. Hamilton to the line, just going to run out of power unit. But it's not going to matter because we overcome our first win. What a race between the two Hamiltons. And I can generally say, I think that Rival, if they picked Bearman onto a 1-stop, would have come out with a very different outcome. Definitely. Now, their boost, you could see, had more overtaking. And that is the power of the overtaking boost. Gives you a really nice race advantage. And that's why he closed so much in that last stint. So, exactly, more driver stat. That is why it's so important. And you'll see now, wow, there you go. Hamilton level 10. So he had more overtaking anyway versus our Lewis Hamilton. So that's very interesting. That's a really good win, by the way. We basically just swapped the driver stats around. We had Bearman higher and they had Lewis Hamilton higher. So that was an interesting race indeed. So if we then go and take a look at our car setups, it was absolutely identical. So really, that was a pretty balanced race. Only 5 teams score in it and the drivers swap round levels. But it was AZW who come out with the free-to-play account on a perfect start. That is 50 points and a very good race win to start off this GP. Let's go. It is a challenger crate that we can unlock as well. But 50 points is in the bag.
We've got a new subscriber.
Josh, thank you for hitting subscribe. Welcome to the channel. If you are in here, make sure to say hello if you are new to the channel. Strategy made the difference. Absolutely. How do you have more team score? It is probably because Bearman Epic carries more team score than the Hamilton Common. That will be why. Welcome, Josh. I can see you in the chat as well. Welcome, mate. So, let's get on and carry on going. It is a trip now, race number 2, and it's going to be to the defending and speed of Monza. So Monza we are about to go to. This might be a 2-stop on the free soft, free soft, free softs. I can't remember what I did on qualifying, but I feel like that's what I would have ran. So I can't believe these would be doing a 1-stop anyway. So welcome to everybody. We've got Satyadev, Lukic, welcome. And now we're going to get set, chat. So we're going to use probably the same drivers. I'll just check Jack Doohan for Monza. He's got +8 and +9. So I might actually use 9 defense. We know is really powerful. I'll probably use a bit of Jack Doohan and do a free soft, free soft, free soft. Like that. Because 9 defense is quite a lot. You just seen in that last race what it can do. It is pretty mad. We could use a handlebar boost. We could use 2 on both drivers. But that's what we're going to be running, chat. How many points do you think we're going to be scoring? And I think the 3-3-3 has got to be the best way. Bearman is better in everything, but 9 defense lower is, for me, a little bit of a struggle. 3 driver strat. So basically, yeah, look at that. I mean, that's interesting, Raphael, isn't it? Very, very interesting. Yeah, nice, Harry, nice. So we're just a level below you on both. So chat, get the guesses in. How many points are we going to score at the Temple of Speed? It is Monza at Italy. How are we going to do? Now, of course, it does defend on the matchmaking, but we're going to try and see how long it takes until we potentially drop a point. It is all down to matchmaking. This circuit is amazing for DRS. The problem is if somebody would be using it against us. But let's find out as we get another real player. It's a 1,010 team score, and it's a Champions player who has been in Champions the last 2. So that 50-point guess might not be the same now. DRS carries more. This rival might not be going for the sponsor task. They might just be going... Hamilton and Bearman. Hamilton and Bearman. I think we got to go free soft, free soft, free soft. Defense and speed. I mean, should we just take handlebar on the basis of the drive? Stuff it. I want Challenger P1. We're going to give this a shot and a half. We're going for it, chat. If we drop points in this race, we won't be using the bigger boosts. But we're going to use it just to see if it's possible. Rival, on the other hand, does go the same. They go handlebar and tulip. This is going to be a tough little battle as we go racing in Monza. And we've got a good start with Jack Doohan. Not known for his race starts is Jack, but we'll take a lovely P2 start. So P2 and P number 6. We've got a try, and we do just grab into P1. Hamilton's had a good little start as well. He is currently into P5. So it's a great boost. Rival's got good boosts on as well, though. That's the problem. That's what we're going to be facing difficulty in this race. It depends on the setup. The Rival could have gone for a balanced setup. We don't know. So until we find that out, we've got to just try and do our best. So we come down the straight. I think Hamilton's not far off 4 soft, chat. You might be able to do a 4 soft and really change this up. So, now we push with Hamilton. Can we get P3? I want to close in on the Rival if we can. I mean, I tell you what, Jack Doohan flying out front. Remember, Bearman doesn't have defense amazingly. So if we can get past Russell, we can't do 4 soft, by the way. Get past! Why cannot we get past? Get past! Yes! Okay, now we can focus on the Rival. You can get it in the game now, Allian. You can just get it in the game. But the Rival's got good power unit, but we know, like we said, that Bearman doesn't have great defense. So if we can use Hamilton to get closer, we will have the chance. This is why we went for Jack Doohan over Ollie Bearman, because he struggles on a defense stat. And Hamilton is through. Jack Doohan is out of the pits. Rival is in. He's got good power unit, I think. He's got half the power unit left, but he's going to sit in traffic. So are we, but it's only Charles Leclerc. If we can get past Charles Leclerc nice and early. Oh, yes. Now it's coming. Come on. Now we just got to take our time. Jack Doohan, absolutely incredible in this race. Showing that defence is king. And now we've got to try and just close down the rival. But it's going to be issue. It's going to be tricky. I think we are closing, but he's got 3/4 of a power unit. That's the problem. Thank you, MK. So we'll focus on Hamilton, because Jack Doohan's already on lap 5. And there he is. I think we're catching him. I think we're catching him. He's used quite a lot of power unit, but it's whether or not we're catching him enough. That is my issue. That is my issue here. It's whether or not we've got enough laps to catch him. I potentially don't think we have. But we've probably got a good 10 or so defence stats. I mean, have we got better... Has Hamilton got better defence than Behrman? I don't think he has he? So actually, this might be a bit trickier. I don't think we are going to catch Behrman. Let's try and close. That's all we can do. Obviously, yeah, Handlebar versus Behrman. Yeah, you're right. Handlebar, obviously, giving me the extra defence. You are bang on with that. But I just don't know. I don't think we can close enough. We're just not gaining that advantage. The only thing I can do is try and slow Jack Doohan down to bring him back. The only thing I can try. But it's too risky. He's got quicker pit time, obviously on Tulip as well, I think. That does hold some pit time. And look at that. We're going to fall behind 3 cars as well. All fighting. Make it 2 now. Oh, that's if we couldn't catch before, we're not going to catch now. It's all down to matchmaking in these GPs. We are going to get back up to 6th. I don't think there's anything... Yeah, rival's gone. This is the problem with real player matchups. As Piastri comes back past Hamilton. What is the point of handlebar boost if we can't blooming keep ahead? And now we come through. It's back to P4 we go. Who has got to pit? There's a P3. There's a P2 still out there. Wow, Norris is not going to pit, chat. Norris has gone for the 1-stop here in Challenger. No way. You can do the 1-stop in Challenger. No. That is bonkers if that's the case. No way can you do the 1-stop in Challenger. That is jokes. That is absolutely disgusting. Oh my God, get out of the way, Behrman. Oh, we're going to get done. That's horrible. That is actually horrible by the AI to be able to do a 1-stop. That is crazy. I don't think he can generally do it. I mean, we're going to win. Jack Doohan has dominated. What a decision to run Jack Doohan in this race. But Norris is going to survive on a 1-stop. And I don't think the rival can catch him either. Will the rival catch him? He will catch him at the end. I think oh no, is the McLaren out of tyres? He is out of tyres. But we can't catch. He's getting pushed along by the, what is it, the Alpine. And, wow. Norris basically did a 1-stop. Ran out of tyres at the end. The rival just caught him. But, in the end, wow, what can you do? The AI, insanely difficult to catch. Insane. Now, 947, we are gonna now protect a little bit and slack off with the good boosts. Like, not going to use handlebar, for example. We'll probably still use skull. Level 9, Hamilton, level 6. So, Hamilton, yeah, he still had a way less defending than Behrman. It was probably pretty equal between the two drivers after the boosts are applied. And the car... Sorry, what? But remember, he did take Tulip. He did take Tulip, which has got 20 speed, which gives him 117 speed. So actually, that's why the rival has got that. That's why the boost for Tulip has worked out well. That's why the boost with handlebar, we never saw that driver again. He finished P7 because he was lacking the speed. But because he used the the tulip boost, he gained, I think it's 20 speed back and was on 117. So that's why it was more difficult for us to catch. But we had to drop points anyway because we couldn't get past the McLaren, which was incredibly quick. But now we can use School Boost and we can not use any of the other big boosts that we've got. And if we drop points, we drop points. Bearman. Yeah, exactly, Raphael. That's what we can see. Yeah, yes, he's got less speed, but the Tulip Boost gave him the speed back. He just went for massive qualifying, which you start at the front anyway, pretty much in these GPs for challengers. So you don't need the extra qualifying down here. But maybe if we went for Tulip, we probably would have been a little bit quicker. But Jack Doohan destroyed it. So, let's get on to race number 3. This is... Oh, no. I've gone into a duel. Don't do that, chat. That never helps. Yeah. Well, you know, it's all open to try different things, isn't it? That's what the beauty of an F1 game. So, what do we got next? Overtaking and cornering. We're going to Canada in wet conditions. And now we're going to select our cornering setup, but with a few parts selected that we need to change. So I think it's Beat that goes on. We have got, obviously, Spire that we have to use. And then we need some cornering, which I think is Arc. And then let's pop that on for a minute. I think it's around that setup for our cornering. Just double check everything else. I think it is. Yep, that's the one. Okay, chat. So, overtaking and cornering. It is time to bring Bearman and Hamilton back to the fort. How many points do we think we're going to score out of 50 at this next circuit? So, at least Hamilton's good at overtaking. And that is going to be pretty much a 4 wet here. No problem. 151. And yeah, let us know how many points you think. DRS user here is dangerous. Yep, it's dangerous at every track. Generally is. But we've got to take the race points because even if we come, first and fourth, we're still going to get more points. So 50th matchmaking. Yeah, well, we've had some real players. What's that? 2 out of 2 on the real player matchup so far. Will we get a third one? How are we... I mean, it doesn't matter now because we've dropped some points. So tomorrow, it will obviously matter when we try and go max if we get through. This is looking like a bot, though. This is into the bot territory. And it's going to be 49 points. Let's say it's 49 points you're going to get. Wow. We should be able to dominate this one now. Maybe planning to use the Hex Boost is what I'm going to run out. So Hex Boost will go on. And what we'll try and do is just basically run from the front. Antonelli in there as well. Of course we can't, but this bot could have the good stuff. I'm going to use Hex because it's a free boost. And then we're going to absolutely try and do this. Come on. Here we go. So, push from the start is the motto. Come on. Come on then. Let's see what we got. And now we are away and racing here in Canada. And based on the fact that the rival has got Antonelli, I'd be expecting that the rival is going to be using DRS. But they bot, ladies and gentlemen, uses it in the wrong place. That is why. Yeah, this is the free-to-play. Welcome, Archive Bizzle. But yeah, free-to-play. Just dropped a couple of points. So, what we got to do is make sure we've got at least one stream for tomorrow. And we're going to just cruise at the moment. So, I think Antonelli, off memory, basically will 2-stop and pit on lap number 3. Bearman will go and do a 4 wet, but they do have DRS. So they're going to use it now, which is where the bots tend to use it. Best driver in the grid. On this one now, it's Ollie Bearman in this series. Ollie Bearman is fantastic for us. Wow. It's just a little bit of extra assets, Raphael. That's the main thing in Challenger. It's just trying to come home with some boosts every week, because glitz can be useful. It's like next week we've got Jin boost, not really usable massively, but can help this account. We've got our boosts are different to many normal players, because for me glitz boost will be a real nice advantage at this type of track, whereas at the minute I'm using like Hex. As here comes Hamilton, and Antonelli should pit off memory. And he does. And now Hamilton versus Bearman. How many pit would you do? It's a one stop on this one. But here we go. On the back of Ollie Bearman. Right, come on. Bearman is going to be fine. Hamilton is into P2. Welcome, Lawrence. Welcome. And now we can cruise up, gain the power unit back, get in the pits, boost images just from the game. I'm very handy nowadays with Photoshop. So, Bearman back out in the lead. It's nice to have a calm race after some of the other stuff. So, this is looking good. Just keep on conserving where we can. Look at the waves.
Is there a leakage?
A leakage of what?
I have the seat full of water. Like full of water.
Must be the water.
Let's add that to the weather office now.
Well, luckily, Raphael, on the main account, we've got them all. That's the good thing. Raphael, we won't be taking Max Verstappen in this series. He is not good enough. Can you Photoshop me a P1 contender? Yeah, why not? I can give you it from my account if you wish. Oh, game sides. It's based on past performance, boring randomness. But how you determine that past performance, nobody truly actually knows. Racing Bulls F1 Clash, welcome. It's not based on points, it's based on finishing positions of each Grand Prix event. Yeah, there is another Raphael. It's Raphael Lovansky. But obviously everyone's usernames are showing at the moment rather than their actual names. New to F1 Clash, can you tell how boost works? Hala Madrid. Boosts basically add stats to your driver or car. If you take a boost with plus 10 overtaking, it adds extra 10 stats of points to overtaking. We've got quite a little bit of lag here. With boosts as well, when you select a boost for a driver, they use one boost when they start the race, and they use a boost every time they pit. You can change it to Raza if you want. Sometimes though, Raphael, for example, your actual YouTube name at the minute for me is Raphael OX4FH. But sometimes it doesn't, it kind of changes between the username and the display name. But we're going to be good, chat. We are going to get on riding and get back to a 50-point score, because Ollie Bearman is going to come across the line and take victory as Hamilton comes past the wall of champions and crosses the line as well. It is a race done. Race number 3 is going to be a beautiful 50 points. Yeah, so exactly. So Matteo, who is Poco Loco, in usually when YouTube wants to show the name, is at the minute showing Matteo. So, job done in that race as well. We'll show you the drivers, Raphael, in this section here. Baku is... I mean, it depends on matchmaking, doesn't it, Raphael? That is the problem. What are your thoughts about Max? I think it depends on this race, if I'm honest. I expected Red Bull to be winning this race. It might still happen, but obviously McLaren look like they've solved some issues in past years. Ivan, good evening as well. A nice calm race, that's what we needed. So we'll open up this Series 6 crate. And we've got 148 points so far. So just a couple of points have been dropped so far. So if we can keep that to a minimum, we can slot ourselves maybe into like a top 10. That would be good. So, let's go. What do we got next? Who do you think? Is it China next, I think? It is Shanghai Power Unit. So, we're going to go to our power unit setup here. So, that is what we... Oh, we can't use this. We haven't used the power unit setup yet, have we? So, we've got to change. And basically remove DRS. Which is going to be interesting. So, I'll just make sure I've got my best power unit on. I'm not going to take slip shift for what it's worth. I'm going to keep with I've got. Spire is good for power unit though. China, from where you got your Ray-Bans. Get out! Get out! My legit Ray-Bans. Okay, Equinox. I'm not going to take that. I think I'm good with this. Okay, I think we're good. That is going to be the setup. We're going to be using Behrman because it's overtaking, and Hamilton, of course. Like so. So Behrman and Hamilton are in. What's Hamilton's tyres? 54. Okay. So Behrman and Hamilton and a power unit setup. Chat, how many points are we going to get? Lando, Max or Piastri? I think Lando, if Red Bull don't win this weekend, I think it is game on because McLaren are very good at Qatar usually. And it won't decide it, Zach, but it could be used as a tiebreaker. It won't make your group harder or easier based on how you score. And we'll go racing. China SO50, it depends on matchmaking. We need to make sure, though, here that we can get the one stop. So I think I've got a fair good boosts, but I'm going to try and look after the boosts if I can. All team loadouts, champion team is what you need. Use glitz. I don't even have glitz. I might be able to do a free soft, 4 hard, free soft. That might be the play. Well, we've had our work cut out today. 1,014 team score against us. Now, this is a circuit of great DRS potential. So if the rival's not using Hamilton, they are definitely using DRS. This could be tricky. Let's see. Jack Doohan. Interesting, but they're going to have DRS. So I'm going to go 1 and 4. And I want to try and save some boosts here. So I'm going to use Skull. Because it's overtaken and I've got 100 of it. So, come on. Free soft, 4 hard, free soft is what we're going to be running. But the rival, I can only imagine, is going to have DRS. Now, we get off to a great start. That is what is of expectation. But it's going to be down to DRS. However, bots tend to use it in the worst place. Michael says, tricky racing like Liverpool. Can you take Lando Norris? We can't, Raphael. This game basically has a track per driver, like a driver set. This weekend, it's predominantly overtaking, and Norris doesn't have amazing overtaking on this game. Welcome, Praveen.
Karun, we've got a new subscriber.
And Praveen hits the subscribe as well. Praveen, thank you for hitting subscribe. If you all are watching at the moment, please do hit subscribe if you haven't already. We are currently on our zero spend account. This is the account where we don't pay a penny and we see what happens. We've got most drivers, Raphael, but Behrman and Hamilton are the 2 best drivers this weekend at most of the circuits. DRS ain't going to outdo her. No, look at the gap. I mean, the thing is, though, as well, the bot uses DRS at the wrong place, doesn't it, remember? It uses it just where Behrman is now. So the bot will always use DRS here, which is the worst place to use it. You'll see this now. Watch if he has got DRS. There you go, look. That is where they use it. They use it at the wrong point. That's how the bots, you know it's a bot, because they're using DRS there. So, yeah, Raphael, we have most of the drivers. We have every driver unlocked apart from the biggest epics. We have common versions of Verstappen, Norris. We have rare versions of Verstappen, Norris. We just don't have, like, the epic ones. Ethan, welcome. And there we are, look, chat. Apex GP. out front here in China at race 4. We are looking solid. And we get Hamilton through. So Hamilton and Behrman, remember, an extra few points. We've dropped 2 points so far due to difficult matchmaking. And a tremendous AI as well, remember, as we come into the pit. So Hamilton will come in. Behrman, well, not only bots, it depends who it is. Your favourite F1 driver. If currently, I'm going to go Norris, McLaren, but back in the past, Ferrari and Schumacher. And yeah, Norris one stop was just insane. So, what time do you take a live record? How do you mean a live sort of record? I mean, we try and record about 12 o'clock midday, and at the minute we started this stream at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. But they are both live streams. And we are looking good, because Behrman's going to have to pit again. Welcome, Shabazz. How are we doing? Welcome to Free to Play. The one-stop place for seeing the hardest racing going. Doing it the hardest way. But we're looking good. Oh, dear. God, yawns, chat. I got the yawns. Let me know if you just yawned as well, because usually when you see somebody yawn, you end up yawning yourself. That is part of the human... how the human brain works. And now, Behrman coming out of the final corner. 1 lap to go. Race start is going to be crazy. I mean, I hate race start. Stream ends after 8 races. Yes, you are right. Would you entertain legendary tracks for legendary? Yep, absolutely. I would. I'd love to see, if we're going to be racing legends, I'd love to see a completely different aspect as to it. So, yeah, legendary circuits would be amazing. Or just past circuits that maybe are not on the F1 calendar at the moment. It could even be made-up circuits. I'd just like to see something different. What is next race? Is it Baku? Oh, Malaysia. Yeah, that's what I mean, though. Like, Sepang used to be excellent circuit. France used to be a really good circuit. I think we had Vietnam, or we had Portugal on here at one point, I'm pretty sure. When F1 went to Portugal, we had that circuit loaded. What's the score, Mark? Don't tell me Liverpool are going to lose again and Villa were the only team to get bloody beat by them in the middle. Verstappen is the best at defending. Yeah, there's so many tracks. Nürburgring. Obviously, you've got the 2. 3-0 down at home. Wow. Oh, my God. Yeah. Turkey. Hockenheim. Nürburgring. Senna is not out yet. Senna is next week, so probably from Monday. Forgot to check that. Oh, there you go. Oh, no, maybe not. So, that is another win. And we are on 198 points so far. Yeah, right. Brands Hatch. Yeah, that'd be left field, that would. Continue about Shakespeare. You start talking about Shakespeare. I like your style, Poco. Right, let's see what else we can do. Slick Shift and Jack Doohan. Yeah, I'd love to see some old school tracks. And we get that one done. So, wow, we continue on, chat. This is live, Fristy. Welcome. Welcome along. So, what do we got next? It is a race number 5. And we are going to Baku. Now, I imagine this is going to be a free soft 4 hard strategy, like we've seen happen yesterday or in qualifying. Don't worry, Hala Madrid, we get you, don't worry. And then we're going to have a look. So it should be our speed setup now, which is that one. And our drivers, we're going to change from Jack Doohan, and we're going to put back on Ollie Behrman. So, chat, with Ollie Behrman and Lewis Hamilton taking this beautiful race by storm, how many points are we going to score at the circuit of Baku for race number 5? Liverpool are called the worst defending champions. Fear this reason might be worse. Wow. 2 stop for 1 drivers. Depends who we get matchmaking, isn't it? So, Let's go. We've got to do a one-stop, I feel. We're probably going to use School Boost again. However, DRS is so powerful around here. This is where we dropped a point in qualifying. This is where it is super strong. Down that back straight, so we don't really want a real player, and that is usually when it gets to the empty part. So when we get to the C, we are in Botland. Omega, thank you for hitting subscribe. So as we come now, this is where we start to enter the bot category, and it should take a little bit of while, and then we should get matched up with someone around about now, and that should be a bot, unless I have suddenly just got a real player. But when it goes over the C and stays over the C on the map, you're usually potentially going to get a bot. You'll never get a bot before that, unless they quit. Feral, we will probably save Raphael, but remember, the bots have DRS. Probably. Antonelli and Stroll for this one. So, again, I'm going to go on to my 101 boosts of school to try and do this well. So, we don't have a perfect score in this group in opening round at the moment, so it doesn't necessarily matter just yet, but we want to continue scoring well so that if we go to tiebreaker tomorrow, so, yeah, we're going to have to see what we can do. So, P1 Bearman, P2 Hamilton. Warrior boost, it's okay boost. How's a bit of speed, not too bad. Less than 900 subscribers to give Azza a very happy Christmas. Yep. Yeah, chat, make sure if you are watching, every subscribe really does count, because we're going to try and do a big giveaway when we get to 20,000 subscribers. I'm going to try and get a really good giveaway with Hutch and see what we can do. For such a big number as well. That would be amazing. But only you guys and your friends and your families and your pets who subscribe is the only way we can get there. Yeah, maybe it will be Samba. Yeah, we get the joke, Matteo. We're obviously trying to race at the same time as well here. So, Bearman already is on lap 3. Absolutely flying. Hamilton is doing as well. And he, I mean, look at this. We've pulled really nicely clear here. That is what we need. And if we can get through race 5 without dropping too much more points, I am going to be pretty happy as this car comes through. The Apex livery. What time is it for me right now? It is 4:53 in the afternoon. Asked the cat to subscribe and all he said was meow. That must have meant yes, Mark. That's what it must have been. He said, yeah, I'll do it in a bit after I've licked my own testicles. I reckon that's what that meow meant. So, Hamilton down the straight. Give us an Azza boost. Well, that would be interesting. So, Bearman, come on. Hamilton, come on. Doesn't have any. Right. If you win the next race, you have to dance. No, I can't dance. You would honestly never see that ever again. But cut off the cat part. What we all want as a W boost. I think I would, I tell you what, if I got the chance to make a F1 Clash boost, I would give this boost race start, tyres, and speed. I would turn it into the Nazar Pumpkin speed version. Because we don't have that at the moment. If you actually go and take a look, we don't have a race start, tyre management, speed boost. It would be one of the best in the game. We don't have much race start speed. Obviously, we got Melbourne. But it would be such a good one. Felipe, I can put the link in the Discord server. In the chat right now. Don't you worry. It is on its way to you. At a click of a button, all you got to do is ask. And there it is in the chat for you. So hopefully you can get that one. But if anybody does want to join the Discord, it is available in every video description. That's what it does do. Yeah, race start because... I mean, I don't need a race start. I need a like, false start is what I need. So I can just drive round them. I've got a button, Matteo. So, for anybody wondering, I will show you. There we go, look. I have got, see, all my little sounds come from here. I just go into my button categories, and I've got my buttons, so I've got... Oh, I pressed it twice.
It's broken! Anti-stall. It's off. Fuck!
Yep, and then I can go across. I've got loads of... This is where I keep all my soundboards. So I can go...
Wow, an incredible overtake.
Yep, there you go. And then I can put links in by having my pre-save links. There you go. These are called a Stream Deck. And yeah, very, very good for stuff like that. Just helps me without having to go off the game. So yeah, it's a nice little feature. That's what we've got. We'll do a little tour with you. I've got a massive Dill mic that I talk into every time we stream as well. Which is great, which makes it nice and crisp quality. And we've got the camera and the bright light that sticks in me face. So yeah, it absolutely works well. We've spent many years, as well as a super good gaming laptop. I mean, maybe chat. Remember, I started streaming just on this phone, literally screen record and talk over the top. And 3.5 years later, I am here with a laptop, a isolated room. I've got a green screen behind me. It's absolutely mad. Now, if I show you, chat. And this won't be a surprise to you, but if I just go like this, look, there is my, look how messy my room is at the minute. Look, that's all it is. I can hide the crap. That's all I got to do. And then just drop it back down, and you wouldn't know a thing. See? You wouldn't know a thing. It's the magic of a giant green screen. You can hide the rubbish, and no one will ever know about it. Or, as we say in my household, the wife chucks all her crap into my room while her dressing room is absolutely pristine clean. Yeah, that's welcome to married life, ladies and gentlemen. So, let's get and carry on. Don't ruin the magic. It's like, yeah, I'm not going to say it because it's PG. Okay, defence and speed. We are going off to Austria for this race number 6. And we have got a speed circuit, but we have to go back to our drivers from Monza. So we're going to find that Jack Doohan is going to be coming back in, and we of course have Lewis Hamilton. So this is going to be a 2-stop race, Jack Doohan and Lewis Hamilton. As a boost, 5 pit stop, 5 speed, 5 cornering. And a guaranteed Q medal is what I would say to that one, MK. We caught the highlights, Aditya. There's no way I was getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Okay, Doohan and Hamilton. Chat, how many points are we going to score from this race at Austria here in this round of racing? I might watch the race, yeah. I might get up and watch the race. What is your other job? A bit of project stuff in the background. No worries, Matteo. And welcome, Marco. Let's go and score some points. We are doing well so far. 2 points dropped. Get in the chat. How many points are we going to score at Austria? And there is a total of 50 points available. Let's see how we go. Come on. $50 with Doohan strutting his stuff. Yeah, oh yeah. Well, matchup is very nice indeed. That's going to be a nice one. We need a good matchup at Austria. Certainly need that. Cockbert. Let me try and go back. Last CEO driver who has a high race start track, but he gets an average start. Is he slow? Only it's the race start on a race start track lasts for the whole race. I think Hamilton can do 4 soft here. Defense and speed. I'm going to go for Warrior. Low boost, but I feel like I need to try and save some boosts. Race time. Come on. He'll obviously get a better advantage with Ray starting on that, but yeah, for the whole race it will last. So, Rival could be one stop in, could have DRS because Antonelli is in as well. Wow, Hala Madrid, nobody wants to see me dance. Just like Madrid would never want to see Messi join Real Madrid. Trust me. So, Hamilton and Doohan leading the way off the front. Good little start here. Can you bring F1? I've got to try, yeah, Poco. I've got to try. It's just finding time. Obviously, what you got to remember is F1 Manager takes like an hour and 15 minutes for me to record, and then I have to cut it all down. So, just takes a lot more time. Whereas an F1 Clash can, well, I can do a race in 6 minutes. Probably not tomorrow. I might try and do it so much next season. Try and do some watch-alongs. We've done it before. But 4 o'clock in the start, Mrs. is not going to be too happy if I'm waking her up, is she? That's the problem. I'm going to pit early. Hamilton can do softs on 4 laps, but I want to make sure that we comfortably do not double stack. I would say, I mean, it's a good question, Raphael, but he would have the extra influence of the track stat, but I think he would still struggle compared to somebody on a perfect. But because it's like the perfect start on a cornering setup at a speed track, you would get a good launch, but then you would start to struggle on pace. Homemade fish and chips, I just need to have it in the homemade hot tub. There we go, Harry. You know the score. But usually, a single race start will always have a detriment or an influence for whole of lap 1, regardless. And then it's just whether or not they remain fast after, or they then go down to their proper stats. Like, you could see a max stat car of defence at a defending circuit get a poor start and struggle on lap 1, and then become really fast. Lost both. It was the event. Well, you don't have to win the race, remember, Iceland. It's just what you need to do is make sure you get good points. Does this high race start override an average? I wouldn't say it overrides it, but it probably would make him slightly quicker, but not by a lot. And then when he gets to lap 1 complete, he will move away from that slower. Basically, an average start would slow the stat down a little bit. Oh, I've just gone through with Hamilton like a muppet. Okay, push. One day, Matteo, one day. So, Hamilton will come through. This is going to be... I tell you what, chat, it's a shame for Monza. I know we wouldn't have got P1, P2 anyway because of Lando Norris AI. And of course, we got the real player. But this is turning into actually some really good point scoring so far. We've got the AI just coming around the final corners, but they should have to pit again. We've got Doohan coming out in the lead with Hamilton coming out of the pits now, just ahead of the Red Bull in P4. Qualifying or race start? I mean, it's a tricky question because we all know race start is just a lottery. So I'd probably go qualifying, but then you're going to be slow in the race. That's what you got to remember. Raphael says both. Yeah, so his average start is still slower compared to another driver, but you'll probably find he'll be a little bit quicker on an average start because he has the track stat. So yeah, but think about it. If you had a race start driver at a race start track who gets an average race start, he will have a better start or be a little bit quicker than those on an average start. But what you would expect, Raphael, is that somebody who gets an average start probably gets an average start with the other closely matched drivers. Because obviously your race start is balanced off who's got the best race start, isn't it? In terms of the start. So Jack Doohan and Hamilton are going to come through in race number 6. And we are going to take a 10-lap victory there. 10 out of 10. Quite literally. for the circuit of Austria. That went pretty quick. It's a very quick circuit. This is our fastest lap circuit of the week. But because we have drop points in qualifying and the opening round, we are not going to require points this time. In terms of fastest lap anyway. So, Antonelli 9th, Bearman 12th. We nearly lapped the rival as we come across the line. But that is good. And yes, I completely forgot. We used the Warrior boost in that one. And that was absolutely domination. So, yeah, saved some good boosts too. Series 5 Duhan. Duhan's alright. He's okay. He's not. I think he's got the same max stats, rare and epic. And a good little win. Predictions for next year. I couldn't tell you, Hala Madrid. Reason being, we don't know what. We have no clue about who is going to be great and who is not. I just couldn't tell you. So, 298 points. Look at that, chat. We are already amongst people with 8 races completed. And we are only on 6. So, this is where it jumps up. You can see how competitive a group this is. It is 3-7-6 to 13th place. So, yeah, that's going to be interesting. But now we have race start and speed. And it's actually going to be the same drivers. Hamilton, but this time we've got to swap back in Bearman. It's between these two, really, as well. Merc, I reckon Aston Martin could be up there. Because obviously they've got Adrian Newey. You just don't know. Audi are not going to be sitting back, surely. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. We might use Instinct Boost here to try and get through if we can. So we have got a speed setup and drivers of Bearman and Hamilton. So chat, how good are we going to score at Australia? Race start and speed. Let's go and see if we can get victory. It would be nice if we could, because that would mean if we can finish strongly today, get through, we may just have a chance at a P1 tomorrow. You never know, but we don't need the P1. We are kind of waiting now for a Champions run. That is what our future holds. As soon as we can get a little bit better, we'll unlock all the Series 12 drivers, and then we will go and battle with the elites. That is the plan. So, difficult matchup. Team score of a 1,101. Got Fernando, another World Championship. Oof. That'd be good to see. Not quite sure how I could imagine Stroll being up the top 2. That would be interesting. Okay, Bearman and Hamilton. Let's go. And we're going to be, of course, on soft tyres. Can we save? Yes, we can. Race start and instinct is where we're going to be working. And that is going to be a nice save of boost as well. Same as your second account. When is the best moment to go for P1? I would recommend that you would want level 4 and above on every good epic. That is what I would recommend. As we make a little bit of a getaway. Ever watched 1,000 play? I haven't. Hala Madrid. So, yeah, if the goal of this season, chat, is to try and see if we can get a P1 champions. We've got a P1 contender. The aim now is to try and get a P1 champions. That is the hardest thing to do. We all know how difficult that is. And I think we would all agree that that would be insane watch if we can do it. It would be an incredible watch. But this rival's got DRS. That's the one thing they've got. So we're going to have to just watch out here. Epic Max, level 5. Nice work, Harry. We don't have him at all on this account yet. Plenty of work for us to do. And now Bearman coming through to pit the next lap. Where is Hamilton versus Bearman? Hamilton, remember, doesn't have great race start. It's going to be very tough for him to catch Bearman. Because Bearman's got great race start. And also, they've got DRS. So there you are, P2. Using DRS currently. It's just whether or not we need them to go to hards. That's what I feel we need them to do. If they go to hards, we might have a chance as they come into the pits with mediums. And we will close up. There's the pit stop. go hards. Mediums again. Okay. DRS is going to be a pain in this race. I can feel it. And Bearman's great race start. Yeah, our first driver for Series 12 on a different thing is Russell. That was a great pull. He's currently level 2. Alex Albon instead of Lawson. If he's got good tyre management, absolutely. Depends on your levels that you've got, Daryl. That's all it depends on. And we catch him. He's getting held up a little bit. But I kind of want him to go to hards in this race. Because I can't catch him at the minute. He is actually ridiculously fast. 13 Russell, nice. We're trying to catch. It's just, he's so quick. Yeah, that's good, Raphael. Really good. And there he is, look, still pushing. With DRS. But we are closing. But I think he might go 4 mediums, this rival now, on the bot. Because he's at 50%. I don't think he's going to pit this time round. But we are using all of our power unit just to try and close the gap. That is how tough it is out there to try and catch him. There he is. We finally get to the back of him. But he's got 50% power unit. And we've got 15. So I don't think we're going to be able to catch Bearman in this race unless he goes to hard tyres. Because his race start is just so superior. Over. Look, again, DRS is about to go for the rival. So hard to catch. 4 points. That's not bad, Ansem. Look, we are back out now, of course. We should be able to take P1 in this race. Yeah, but the power unit, yeah. But the problem is, DRS just gives you that extra little bit of speed, doesn't it? Remember, DRS gives more speed on the car. This rival could be at 130 speed. For all I know. It's just one of them matchups. This is what happens when you race the sponsor task. It gets difficult. I mean, look, Hamilton's only coming through the last sector. The rival is already going to be coming out of the pits. They're already out the pits. With DRS. I can't catch him. That's good. Good job, Paul. Good. I'm going to say, 21st, it's all about the sponsor task. That's your problem. We can't catch Bearman. That is just the way this sponsor task runs. Yeah, exactly. Still get above 47. That is the main aim. If we didn't take the sponsor task, we would have only got 46. So we're going to get away with a good result. Rival now pushes, but we've got Bearman far enough ahead to take victory. It's just a shame. But again, a better boost, we might have stood a better chance. But we're not going to cost ourselves. As long as we don't have a disaster of a last race, we should be getting through. That is for certain. But Bearman wins here in Australia. And now we have got Hamilton coming through to complete a 46-point race, which is going to be 49. So, you know what? That will be okay. We have to soak that up. Tomorrow, again, a different boost might play out differently. Just wanted to get through. That's the main thing. Yeah, task tomorrow. See what happens. You've got no risk, basically, tomorrow, because you're through and you're guaranteed some sort of reward. Look at that, though. 1,101 on the team score. So, we had our hands tied behind our back trying to compete. But level 8 Antonelli, level 6 Bearman. Look at the race start of Hamilton with 43 race start versus Bearman of 60. That is why Bearman was so fast and we couldn't keep up. And the car... Wow. No, that's just mad. 100... What? Everyone runs cornering down in these series. I don't get it. But again, it's only 14 stat difference. It's not huge. It is not a huge number. And we didn't take any speed on the boost either. So again, maybe if we had a race start speed boost, that would have been a completely different game. But what you will actually find in that race was the driver stat was so strong of Bearman that it was so hard to slow him down. And obviously you can see Antonelli rival came 5th. So, yeah, difficult one. So, let's get on. And look at our fastest lap, by the way, chat. Was 7 tenths quicker than the rival. So it proves we're on the right setup. But yeah, it's just crucial how much driver stats influence. So, one more race to go. Now make sure you have hit that thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed. We've got one race to come. And if we can, I'd like to... Oh, why did I spend a buck by accident? Oh, I was thinking I was queuing the crates. That's one buck on the free-to-play on Got Less. Wow. I was in autopilot, and it wasn't even that good of a crate. Damn it, I want a refund. So, Stabilizer, Alonso, Mach 2, and Spire is in there. I know, that one buck, I've only got 13 now. Man. Yeah, boosts are tough, Kulpalev, but that's what we got to do, is collect them through the advert. So we have got one race to go, chat. Oh, I've got a race crate I can open. Forgot about this one. Give me a good free boost. Give me Hex or Downforce. Bloody self-control. I've got 100 now. 55 Hustle. Jack Doohan 10. Boom! Series 12. Series 12. Come on! Come on, the race crate. Come on! That's what I'm talking about. We now have a Series 12 part unlocked just before the final race. That is a bonus addition. Come on! It's what we like to see. Boom, boom, and more boom. PU. It is PU, but still, Series 12 unlock. I was only after the boosts. That's all I was after. But a little bit of Nexus is a beauty. That is one Series 12 part that is unlocked. Okay, so we have a race to go. Oh, an Overtail. What a beauty. So, we have got overtaking and speed. We have got one circuit left. It is a speed setup. It is the same drivers. We are going to go and try and get a good result. Chat. Well, I mean, we got a lot of Series 12 assets to do. A lot. I'll show you quickly after. But one race to go, chat. How many points are we going to get from Las Vegas? We did this in race 1 and we came home with a comfortable 50 points. But how are we going to do on the second one? And we've only dropped 2 points, chat, this whole... 3 points, this whole event so far in terms of opening rounds. So as long as we get 40 or above points, we should be qualifying. Yes, Jay, let's get P1, P2 and start. Ooh. A tough matchup. Now, I don't know if to just run this without boosts, because I should be scoring 40 points or above. I should be qualifying for this anyway. So, I might just save some boosts here. I don't need to go and get the result of 50 points. I'd like to. So, I mean... Hex I haven't got a lot of. I'm going to use Warrior. Are you playing the game right now? It is right now. Look, here you go. You can see if I cross over to the race screen, we are going to select push on the map. There you go. It is exactly the same. I'm going to give that to you right now. And you can see that it is pretty much identical time. We race exactly the same. Okay, so... Remember, they might have DRS. They're running Behrman and Hamilton, which could be meaning that they are following the sponsor task. But with the Warrior boost, we have got on so well so far. We're going to cut back down. We know this rival is going to be one stopping. But they might be a stronger car based on their stats. They've got 50, 60 team score higher, remember? That's it, Matteo. That is it. Now, you can see the rival catching up down the straight. He's going to start pushing very soon. He's going to look for a move. And we're going to hold him off. So we are saving the power unit. They are going to now start pushing. We are going to continue and try and defend off, and we can defend off. Oh, DRS for the rival. That is going to be very hard to come back against around this circuit, chat, because you know how hard DRS is. Wow. Oh, it's so good round here. And with a rival pushing as well, we might just be on for a points dross here. Yeah. Okay, P3. Come on. Hamilton needs to keep pace. He does, but the rival is very quick. Not a lot I can do. He's going to get DRS every single lap as well. I don't really know how we overcome this rival, if I'm honest. The only thing I can do is try and not give them DRS. Oh my god. Yes, hold on. Look, there you go. DRS again. They're using it twice a lap. Well, now we don't give them DRS anyway. This is tough. Oh, now we're back in the lead somehow. Now, just push. I'm going to just use a lap of push. Lonely Dawn, if you can put it in English, that would be great. Sorry about that, but us English people are stubborn as a country, and we've never really learned any other languages. Trust me. So Behrman through. And he's flying. Look, just that's the problem. We can't keep up with the DRS. That is the issue. But what can we... I mean, are they going to... They're going to double stack a little bit here, I feel. Any safety cars? We haven't had a safety car in this round, no. I wouldn't buy boosts, no. This isn't a real player. No double stack. Oh, yes. They do double stack. We should jump the rival. Oh, yes, we do jump the rival. Okay, they have gone to hards, chat. They have gone to hards. That could help us in our pursuit because we will be on the quicker tyre, but their DRS, look at this, chat. What can you do? What can you do? I can't. I simply can't do anything. We're going to get back into third, but the power of DRS, I just can't hold off the rival. They're just too quick. You can see there, P1, P2. I've got to try and hold them off. DRS again. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I just can't live with it. And the rival, look, just coming straight past. I can't live with it. I'm going to have to try and get P1, P3. But I think even that's going to be too difficult. We're following the rival, which means they won't have DRS. And exactly, Nelly, it is. But the problem is, we're going for the sponsor task. That's why we are at a detriment. Now, still holding back on Behrman. I'm going to have pretty much a full lap of attack for Behrman. I want the extra 1 point, of course. He is going to have DRS available, though. I mean, he's going to have Hamilton's DRS open now as well. So let's push. That's all I can do to try and at least bring home P1. I think P3 is going to be a little bit too tough, but we're racing and we're through. Please use DRS now. Please use DRS now. Please use it in the wrong point. Come on. Use it incorrectly. Use it now. Yes. That's perfect. Because that shouldn't be strong. And that is going to see Behrman, I think, hold on. And that means we're only going to drop a point. This is still okay. It is going to be a 46-point score. You can see how quick the rival is, look. He's gaining on me all the time. Blimmin' hell. But Behrman is going to come home. We're going to survive. It's going to be a 1-point drop. And Hamilton is going to finish ahead of the rival. But that rival is so damn quick that we were fighting for dear life. But we did only drop the 1 point. 46 points is our point score for this race. And that is what we needed. 1,002 team score. Look at that. 1,060 for the rival. And they had level 6 Behrman and level 10 Hamilton. So a really nice level Lewis Hamilton for the rival. The car, ladies and gentlemen, look at the difference. 132 speed versus 113. You can see why that rival was so quick. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a difference between racing with sponsor task or not. I can guarantee you that if I was racing people all day long with that setup on the right, I would beat them all the time. But the problem is, you're not going to get the sponsor task. Yeah, we use Raphael MPH. I can't do KMH, I don't understand it. In terms of, obviously, I'm so used to one metric. But that is a win. And we've done pretty well, I think you would all have to agree. We've had some very difficult matchups. We've had some real players in there as well. And in the end, it's going to be a Series 6 Challenger crate to finish off. And we scored pretty well on the points, which is great to see. We've had Norris AI do some absolutely incredible strategies. And then obviously we've had some dodgy matchmaking that hasn't helped as well. But I think that is going to see us through. Now we'll quickly just tick off the Nexus, because that is open. And that means we've just got one Series 12 car part now. Powerhouse, I think, is all that's left. It is. And the drivers, they need to come along a little bit more. 4 more to collect. We're getting there, chat. We are getting there. So, let's go and take a look how we have got on today. And have a look. Middle of nowhere or edits. Make sure to rewind the stream if you haven't watched. And catch back up. I'm about to show you how we have scored in this round. Welcome, mate. Yeah, it was good, thank you. I hope you've been well too. We're going to show you how we bit. What did I say, Raphael? It is Turbojet. Did I say Powerhouse? But it is Turbojet. For next season, are you going to create? I don't know yet, Poco. I might either carry this over for one more season or do a brand new account again. I don't know just yet. I was going back to 2024 on that one. So let's show you how we got on at the Las Vegas Grand Prix event. It is a case of slotting into P. Hey! Look who is in P1. Leo! With the AZW Racing team sitting 1 and 3. Oh, that's a pleasant surprise. Oh, let's go, Leo. I didn't expect to see... Well, I mean, I did not expect to see you at the top. But obviously you wasn't there when we last checked the points. So nice to see you taking that top spot at the moment. Let's go. But we do score 396. And we do come in nicely. 1 point is crazy. Yeah, that is some real asking for some advice. What did he score in qualifying? Oh, full points in qualifying as well. Yeah, let's go, Leo. Yeah, that's nice. So we've got 2 AZW Racing team drivers in the top 3 at the moment, surrounded in the middle by Mike Walker from Team Scotland, and then Las Vegas behind us. So that is a good round. That's pleasantly surprising, really nice end to this stream, actually, having a driver from our crew in there as well. Now, if you do want to join our club, we are currently full at the moment. Obviously, the first week of the exhibition is underway, so we are monitoring people. So if they don't play, then we will be opening up spots in the club. We just have to make sure that you're active and you help and contribute as well. But make sure, chat, make sure to join our Discord. I will pop the link in the chat right now for you. So, chat, on that note, 2 streams have been completed today. It's been an absolute great day. It's been tough on the racing before, very tough when it comes to the champion main account, but we're going to get through and we're going to get racing tomorrow on the free to play. So well, good job, Lukic. Lukic, is that you? Are you Leo? Just so I can put name to username. But that is good. Look out for Top NJ. Check your club and want you out and want to join. So you are Lukic. Nice. Well, good round, Lukic. we're going to hopefully challenge with you tomorrow for hopefully some podium spots. But we're looking good. There's some big players in this group, of course, some very good performing players. So, again, we're going to have to see what tomorrow brings. But at least we're through. We're going to collect some assets tomorrow, and we're going to be job done as well. So, chat, we are going to leave it there. We are going to have a rest now, and we'll come back tomorrow better than ever for racing for the final rounds. Join our Discord, and if you do join our Discord, we can then basically provide you with updates of when we have spots available in the team. So just make sure to join the Discord, and then we'll let you know when there is a availability to join as well. Chat, good luck to every single one of you, and remember that your strategy guide for the Las Vegas GP is currently out. So go and follow it before you race your rounds. That is absolutely key. And yes, Mark, we should be live tomorrow. I don't know what time yet. I'll see what the missus says. Good luck, chat. It's a pleasure. And we'll see you tomorrow for some racing here on the free-to-play account.